The Jets added another first-round talent to their wide receiver room this offseason, a receiver room that was already pretty deep and talented as it is. But going through the Jets roster, it had me confused. I was wondering to myself, how are they going to utilize these new receivers they have? Mainly the two I'm looking at are last year's rookie Elijah Moore and this year's rookie Garrett Wilson. Who's going to be the clear number one guy? Who's going to be the number two guy? What are their roles going to be in this offense? They're obviously both too talented to not be on the field. But so who's going to do what? And I think you have a little bit of insight on this for us. But before we get there, I want to ask the Jets fans, comment below. Let us know, who do you want the number one receiver to be this year? Do you want it to be your new superstar rookie, Garrett Wilson? Do you want it to be last year's rookie, Elijah Moore? Or is there somebody else on the roster that we're completely missing? Let us know, comment below. But anyways, Nick, what do you have on this?
Yeah, so looking at the Jets wide receiver room, and again, focusing mainly on Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson, I think when I look at them, something very familiar to me kind of jumped out. Like it sounded like it was sort of history repeating itself, not with the Jets, but another team. And we're going to kind of go into a little bit here. So we're going to bring up some attributes here on the screen here, looking at we're going to start and going through some key points here. And this is obviously going to sound very similar to Elijah Moore, but we're going to go into who it compares favorably to first. So we're looking at, I'm going to go down the line here. Elijah Moore was 5'10", 180. You know, his strengths are quickness and route running, very competitive, high energy guy, and obviously was very productive, especially out of Ole Miss. High volume guy, put up a lot of yards and points. Obviously a high energy guy. Sometimes got him a little bit in trouble in college. So you know who this reminds me of, Mize? This reminds me of Antonio Brown, early 2010s, relatively sane Antonio Brown with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Antonio Brown was all about quickness, route running, very productive, very competitive, high energy guy. And I think that's the kind of the role that the Jets want to use Elijah Moore in.
That's really interesting. And just looking at it, the size comparison, obviously they're exactly the same size. They have, like you said, great route running, good quickness. Both are real competitive. And I like, this is like pre-shot to the head Antonio Brown here that we're talking about. This is prime years Antonio Brown. And if you get even a fraction, I was looking at the stats the other day, and Antonio Brown for like a good period of like 5 to 6 years had 1,200 plus receiving yards every single year with the Steelers. And if you even get a fraction of that out of Moore, you're going to be ecstatic. So I think that Moore is a young guy who has the potential to do some pretty amazing stuff. But what do you have on the next slide, Nick?
All right, so the next slide, we're going to go down this. Obviously, half of it's going to be favorably comparable to Garrett Wilson, but we'll go down it. So the two guys comparing, 6 feet, 190, 4.3 40 time, big play machines. That's what both these guys are going to be, and huge potential, huge upside. That's what we saw to both these guys. So we compared Elijah Moore to Antonio Brown, same team. Let's compare Garrett Wilson to Mike Wallace, the big play machine, one of the dynamic playmakers during his time in the NFL with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And honestly, I think Wilson has the potential to be even better than Wallace. I think Wallace's level of production and talent is kind of Wilson's floor. But I really think the combination of using Elijah Moore as Antonio Brown and Garrett Wilson and Mike Wallace is exactly what LaFleur is trying to use for this Jets offense. You have your route running, high productive, high volume guy and Moore, and you have your big play machine in Garrett Wilson, because that's what Garrett Wilson coming out of college, Ohio State, with that speed, that size, that ability to high point, make contested catches in traffic. Everyone saw him as maybe one of the biggest big play threats coming into the draft. And I think that's exactly how the Jets want to use him.
Yeah, Nick, I think these are really good comparisons, but the thing that gets me worried is I'm having like shades of the old Bugatti boys from the Steelers, and this makes me nervous because if the Jets can put it together and they have, maybe add in one more guy that's like a crazy good receiver, you have like the Killer Bees, all of those guys, they had a couple different nicknames, but that was incredible receiving core days for the Steelers. And if the Jets are being able to string together these talents, which I'm jealous of because Baltimore can't even find a receiver on the street anywhere, but the Jets seem to be stringing together a pretty talented receiving core. This is going to pay dividends for them in the future, and I think this is going to do nothing but help young second-year quarterback Zach Wilson and his progress throughout the season. All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.